Hey there, I'm Daisy Whitney reporting for Beat TV at NAB, the National Association of Broadcasters Conference. Ongoing issue in the video business is what is happening with Adobe's Flash. We had the chance to talk to Mark Randall, who is a chief strategist at the company. Here's what he had to say about the great Flash HTML debate. Mark, so much attention these days with Adobe is centered on Flash versus HTML debate, the absence of Flash, obviously, in products like the iPad and the iPhone. Where do things stand with that? There are a lot of folks who think Flash is becoming outmoded.
Well, that would be, I think, an incorrect assumption because, first of all, Flash usage is increasing across the web and in devices and even in the living room. And so we're seeing all sorts of adoption. It's increasing. It's almost everywhere now. It's going to be actually everywhere tomorrow. And so we're seeing a big uptake in what's happening in the Flash world. But I'll take your question in a few parts. So first of all, Flash and HTML, because I don't think it's right to characterize it as versus, because Adobe authoring tools, which is really where we make our money and how we help people, the playback is something that people can download for free. So in the authoring tools, we've always supported HTML and been a huge supporter of HTML5, et cetera, going forward. And we're on the HTML5 committee that's drafting the standard. And as that standard is created, we're going to be fully supporting it as we go forward. So it's not Flash versus HTML. It's always been HTML plus Flash. And we're going to continue to do that with our tools and have the #1 best support for HTML, and that includes HTML5 inside our authoring tools.
So how big a deal is it that you're not part of the iPad?
It's up to Apple and indirectly up to Apple's users as to what they want to encourage Apple to do. Obviously, Apple's created some great products. They've chosen, for their own reasons, not to put Flash in there for now. And we've encouraged them to when they're ready and they want to put Flash in there, we're certainly ready to work with them. And we have a good relationship working with Apple on the desktop platform, and we're ready to carry that forward on the mobile devices when they are.
Mark, you said that you have some, that you're always adding new customers for Flash. Any that you can name that have added capability recently?
Well, announced here at NAB, ESPN has actually added to their online presence now is being driven in Flash. And so it was a major re-architecting of what they did. They did an incredible job. People should go to ESPN3.com and check it out. It's actually pretty amazing what they've been able to do using the capabilities of the Flash platform.
And you also have an integration with Google Chrome, is that correct?
Yeah. In fact, across a bunch of different forefronts, the Google browser and the Android operating system, you're going to see a Flash happening, I think, in a lot of these mobile platforms that are out there.
The final question for you on the whole Flash issue is, for independent producers who watch this, who are kind of thinking of it as a Flash versus HTML debate, or who are thinking of switching off of Flash, what can you tell them about why they should stick with it?
Well, for producers that are trying to evaluate which technologies to use, what I encourage them to do is, regardless of where the technology comes from or who it's made by, is to use the technology that gets the job done for your viewer and gets the job done for you economically and makes the best revenue stream for you. Because it's really about a business and your creative options and forwarding your business. And so it's about selecting, I think, the right technology. And it's not really a lot of times Flash versus other technologies. It's use Flash where Flash does what you need it to do. And there are a lot of cases where Flash does things that nothing else can do. And those are the times when you certainly should use it if it meets your creative needs.
Thank you so much, Mark.